Huh. Hey John, how's it going? Good to see you. You still here? Let's see here. Um, I gotta, I gotta figure out what's going on with my StreamYard. I mean, not my StreamYard, my OBS. Um, Good to see you. I keep having to put my string key in, which I never have to do. And if I am no, I think I was at the scheduled time, so I can't do that again. But I think early the other day I did. I went before the scheduled time, and it's going live automatically rather than going live into YouTube and letting me click go live from YouTube, which is kind of weird. Um, so I don't know what changed. So how was your day? I know you're working and stuff. I didn't know if I'd even see you, to be honest. I guess it's getting later though. Hey there, Willow Creek Industrial Spur. Good to see you. I'm getting that HO scale. Uh, Ski lodge finished up. I heard that my nozzle might be a hundredth of a millimeter. Is it a hundredth? Yeah, I think 100. A hundredth or a tenth of a millimeter too low. Because I just heard something. I might have to go fix that in a minute, or might have to go restart it. Um, but I wanted to go ahead and come on. I've got a infected tooth, and I went to the dentist yesterday, and they can't take it out just yet. It's going to be a couple days before they can take it out, and so I'm in a little bit of pain, but I want to be consistent with my Wednesdays. So I figured even if I just came on just for a solid hour and just didn't even do anything, um, I'd sit here and talk for a while because I don't want to go to bed yet, and I really don't want to clean. And I actually have some modeling work that I need to do and stuff. So I got some stuff to show too. That was Gracie. I think my Tamiya pastels are here. Yeah, man, it's pretty bad. And I went ahead and went to work because we were off work. I was sick Friday. And, excuse me, somebody just knocked on ring my doorbell. Excuse me. Sorry about that, Brad and John. I appreciate it if y'all happen to stick around, and I certainly don't expect you to have. Um, but I think I got my Tamiya pastels in here. That was the neighbor, Gracie. Calm down. That was the neighbor. Yeah. Alright. And so, switch here and I got light brown, brown, and dark brown. So I got the browns, which is what I needed, I think. I think you can do pretty good weathering with those colors, I would think. It says Tamiya Decoration Series. Alright. And so I've got to do just real quick. This one, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be making it look about 40 years old. And so I'm definitely going to need those pastels and stuff for that. Now, this one, we're going for 15 years old on it. And so, if you're here right now or watching on the replay, and you have weathering suggestions, tips, techniques that you'd like to share, I would not be scared at all to accept any assistance and help. I'm doing another walkway for that HO ski lodge. And the reason being is, although the other one really is fine, it's the older version, and I like this one a little bit better. And so I think it looks a little better, and it holds the deck railings a little better, and so I'm more comfortable sending it off. Alright, yeah. Alright. Hey Dave, good to see you, man. Got some Tamiya pastels. Gonna be assembling this next. Well, I gotta do the, well, there's one more before this, but it's a quick one. And, finishing the ski lodge now. And, gotta put this together, and we're gonna make it look about 15 years old. Oh, very good, Brad, thank you. I'll check that out. And if you happen to be in here and you got suggestions, I'm going to be asking for them. Because I'm not a experienced weatherer at all. I have weathered, but I would consider myself more proficient at 3D printing and assembling structures than I would weathering, and getting a little bit better at airbrushing, kind of in that order, I would say. Then, and Dave, I don't know if I'm going to be on here super long tonight because I got a toothache, but we're going to do this downtown hotel, and we're going to make it look 40 years old, and I'm going to need that's going to be more time. That's going to take more work, I know. So I really am going to be asking for suggestions and that kind of thing when I get to doing those. And so what I want to do is, one thing that the old one didn't do is, I had these the beams spaced out to accommodate the deck railings more uniformly on the new version of the deck, the walkways. The old one is not as uniform, and I had to put more little pieces and stuff in. Hey Ray, how's it going? Good to see you. I forgot about that too. Alright. So yeah, so on this one, I was a little more conscious of the deck railings and their sizes, and where they would fit cleanly without having to have, little cutouts and things like that. And so the beams are spaced appropriately and somewhat symmetrically, and the deck railings don't have to be pieced together in all kind of funny looking ways. That's funny, right? I don't have, if I was in StreamYard, I'd put that up. I'd pop that up, but I'm not in StreamYard to do that right now. But so, I guess, it is, these fit really good. It's designed right. I did this a few months ago as opposed to a few years ago. So what I need to do is, I'm going to have to get something that, alright, is here, because I'm going to have to move this. I'm going to glue these together, but then I'm going to have to move it. And so I can get it out of the way so I can do other stuff. So we'll just set that there like that for now. Parchment paper is absolutely invaluable in our hobby. To tell you, I use it constantly. I got rolls of it in the kitchen. I took sheets of the stuff, like boxes of sheets, to work for the students to do their models at the table. And they don't glue stuff together anymore. Well, they still glue stuff together. But they don't glue stuff together nearly like they used to. The young people who don't have the electronic devices at home, like some of them do. Um, yeah, wax paper I guess would be the same thing. It might even be better now that I think about it, because even for the canopy glue especially, and I think we might have talked about that before. Um, but yeah, the young people who, oh, this isn't the one I want, who don't have like the electronic devices at home, or the games, the $600 games consoles and that kind of thing. They enjoy working on the models because they're not on a device all the time. And then some of them get in trouble because of their grades, and they lose their devices, and then they want to mess with models because they need something to do. I have lost my glue. Oh, I know where it's at. Excuse me, I'll be right back. I just finished up this building 6. This is the building 6 all the way on the end of the ski lodge, and it's got that sign on it. I think I like your rectangular windows a little better than my heart ones, Dave. They didn't show the heart ones on the box. But anyway, the this comes up here like so. Oh. Is that supposed to be short, Brian? We better put these together and make sure that's right. I think it might be, now that I think about it. But yeah, I like this. This looks alright. I didn't like that looked a little short, but I might have done that for a reason. We'll have to see. If the rest of it fits, it's on purpose. Sometimes I forget why I do things. So, there's one good way to find this out. I guess I could bring... No, I can't, because I already started to pack most of it up. Oh, no. I'm not. This is... Sorry about that. That's not flat. I don't like that. Oh. Alright. Let me go put this on a different table and come back with some different stuff to work on. Alright. Now these aren't dry, or I was going to put this together right now with y'all. Got you. So you have pan pastels. I've heard of those. The powders, I've heard of, and I don't really know how to use all that stuff together, and what application is best for what, what part. That's kind of where I don't know. I mean, I can kind of eyeball it. I can tell you where there should be water runoff, and dirt watermarks where dirt's come down the water frames, etc., and things like that. That kind of thing. But just kind of using common sense is all the only thing I really know how to do. I don't have any techniques or anything. I know that JC's Rip Track has some good stuff too. Problem is it's difficult to wade through a lot of videos and with take that much time to watch a bunch of videos. Although it would benefit me. I don't usually do weathering though on my stuff, but this was a special request, and I enjoy it. I mean, it's fun to me. I just don't practice it a whole lot. But for the first time, and I don't know if I used the canopy glue in these. This is a Z-scale warehouse, and I used the canopy glue in here, and this was 6 o'clock this morning, and it's still not dry. But I think I like the way it looks. And I dropped some glue, some canopy glue, right when I opened the glue this morning. I had a drop of glue hit the corner of this thing, and getting it off, I smudged my paint a little. I got to fix that now. Hey, Dave Davis, how you doing? Good to see you, man. How's your hunt coming along? Have you tracked any of those plans down yet? I can't imagine that would be easy, but I'm rooting for you. So I want this, and I really need a very, 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 very tiny amount of paint. I'm almost going to dry brush this. Because what I'm trying not to do is load the whole airbrush up again to make this one little correction. And I might end up wishing to do it. Yeah, like I said, I remember JC, Rip Track. I remember he has some stuff. And I'm going to check out Brad's, but I'm glad that I've got a couple I found a YouTube link that I'll send you. The footprint pic. Oh, I understand. For the malt building. You could do a, I didn't know they had that, Dave. Let's see here. There. You got them all, Dave? Shh. Shh. Stop barking, Gracie. Got you. That was fast. They put that out that fast. Now, I gotta go get let's go. Hey, Stormy Sky Rail Productions, good to see you. Thank you for joining us, Dave. We got 2 Daves. We got more Daves than Johns. We got 3 Daves and 1 John. What's going on? What's going on here with this picture? That doesn't happen frequently, does it? I guess maybe it could. I'm touching up some paint I messed up this morning. Trying to avoid getting the airbrush back out. And I might have done it. I might have taken a little off that picture frame, that window frame too. Dang, I gotta do that. I gotta get a different brush for that. Okay, Dave, thank you, Dave. That'll help. I struggle this time in the evening after a full day of work anyway, and then with me having a toothache, I'm struggling. So this brush, I've cut the tip to pretty fine on it. I've got some fine tips, but I cut this one. And we just gonna spread it. We don't want it too thick. I don't want it looking different than all the other ones. And we're going to leave well enough alone on that. This is a Z-scale warehouse. And so here's the base, the roof, and then this is the office roof. And then here's the walls. Got insert pieces to make the roofs fit on right. Got signage, garage doors for all these things, and they will function if you're patient enough and do it right. And then this is the loading dock that goes around it. And I was going to assemble this, today, but my canopy glue that I put in here at 6 a.m. today has not dried yet. But I am happy with the results, I think. I will I'll be able to tell you for sure once I can pick them up off the parchment. But I can't move them. I say that. The bottoms might be dry, but I'm not moving them until they're totally clear and I can't see any white. Then when they're totally clear and I can't see any white, I can pull them off the parchment and without any trouble. Matter of fact, I can see this one was totally white. Totally clear. I was able to pick it up, and I don't know. Y'all can see, but there you can maybe see them glimmering a little bit. There's windows in there. Not on the doors here, but the window, you can see it, I guess. But they don't do a bad job, and especially with the little smaller scales, I'm gonna try to use them a little more. We'll see that. But I'm kind of glad that I got that paint that was bothering me. The paint being messed up bothered me all day, matter of fact, because I wasn't happy I screwed that up this morning before I left for work. Alright, we're letting that other stuff dry. I can't do that. So what we can do now is we'll check the time, 5:48. Good on that. And so if you are just joining us, this is a lifelike police station, and it doesn't look super good to me, but it's not one of mine, obviously, because I'm not lifelike. But I had somebody who did buy some of my models ask me to assemble this and weather this for them, and so I'm going to do that. I figured I didn't have a police station. Now where I did have things like, he was looking at a train depot, right? And I said, well, I got a train depot. And so that's where we did this one here. And so he's getting that one. Oh, I bet Dave BNSFN scale can help you with that question, if not everybody. But I bet he does, because he keeps his stuff pretty tight, I think. I just assume that about Dave, but he's got a lot of models, and so I assume that he keeps good care of them and good track of them, and I would assume he might be able to answer that question. John might too, and I don't know about the other men, how organized they are. Harbor Freight for liners. I bet they're not too expensive either. Well, you know what? I don't know about. I mean, your books are. I ain't talking about reading books. I'm talking about spreadsheets. So let's see. Let's see what they do for us. See, I don't think I even did. I take it out of the plastic? Maybe I did. Alright, we got some stickers. So, I got a question. Maybe, where's the picture? Yeah, those ain't all together, I don't think. No. So, am I supposed to cut off all this stuff right here? All this extra white stuff in here, I'm just supposed to cut that off? I don't want to take them off now because I want to paint them and stuff, but well, this is white. They probably won't keep getting painted, but they got all this extra plastic flashing in here stuck to this piece. Is that I gotta cut and sand off and stuff? No. I mean, they're gonna come off the sprue. I get that, but once you get them off the sprue, then they got all this extra flashing. This stuff right here. That ain't part of the model. That's a bunch of crap. Huh. I was thinking that, Dave, but when I looked at the model, I don't believe it is. That's why I got the picture, Dave. I was thinking just like you that maybe that's what it was. But when I look at the picture, although, no, wait. Maybe they go from the inside on the back. Oh, hold on. That could be what it is. Maybe these glue on the back of the wall. If maybe I'm just thinking wishful thinking here. But yeah, they could. They pop in from this back side. Oh, that is definitely that's definitely cool. If that's definitely the case, then I kind of retract my previous, but I still don't know that for a fact that it is. Some of them look like there's 4 and 2 that match up. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that matches up. 4 that matches up here. Yeah, maybe they do. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really not a bad idea at all to go from that side. I never really thought of that, but yeah. I stand corrected. I retract my previous statement. It's a pretty strategic way, as a matter of fact. That'll give me some ideas, possibly. And so these will need to be weathered pretty heavy. Well, I don't know, 15 years. What would happen to metal bars in 15 years? I wouldn't think a ton. I mean, they're not going to be silver anymore, I wouldn't think. But yeah, and I did say that, yeah, it's going to be, it looks like it might be easy to assemble. There are some tiny pieces, but I like they're able to, they got some good little brickwork for in scale. They sure do. John, I have a question. Dave, I have a question, and I mean, any of you can answer. I just kind of think that I kind of feel like I can't do it, and I think they might be able to, and I'm not sure about the others. All right. Do y'all know how to, okay, Dave, I am going to get dull coat and a bit of rust maybe. All right. Dull coat. I need to order some dull coat. All right. Could you make the mortar between those bricks by painting it white, then using a sponge to wipe off the white off the top, and leave the mortar white in the cracks and crevices? I mean, it's really small. It's in scale bricks. There you go. You can see it though. Is that doable in N scale? And if not, is that doable in HO scale? I believe I was talking to Brian Clintonville, and he made that suggestion. Hey, Messy Modeler, how you doing? He made that suggestion when we were talking about doing his substation, and I had never heard of that technique, but it sounds really cool. I just wonder if y'all are familiar with it, have ever done it, have ever known people to doing it. Is it real hard? All that stuff. Dave, Ray, if y'all know, speak up. Messy Modeler, I was asking them about a modeling technique for bricks to get the plaster look on the behind the brick or around the brick. Thin wash and let it wick in the lines from the brush. Really thin gray paint for mortar. Water paints are chalk. And so, I'm not trying it on this, but I was curious because you can use toothpaste Oh, I was about to say, man, you caught my attention. I was like, well, I mean, really? It's possible that something that consistency would stick down in there and you could rub the top off. See, that's what I thought that was a really cool idea, but it just seemed like it'd be really hard to do, even in the HO scale, but definitely in the N, I would think. So, it's a, like a, I mean, it kind of, I'm thinking, I'm leaning towards it's worth a shot. You can't, I wouldn't paint individual bricks. Not me. Ain't nobody got time for that. That would be, like, for example, Yeah. Well, it. I would like to have. I would like to try that technique, but I ain't gonna do it on this. I'd like to maybe try it in HO scale, but I was telling. And Ray, it's funny you say that because when I was talking to Brian about it, I was thinking that basically, in order to get that look, that was what you needed to do. But he was like, no, there you can, and I was like, I just wasn't aware of that strategy. Um, but so y'all use like I heard thin paint and let it wick into the. So when you do the thin paint, do you wipe it off the top or? Or does it just kind of flow down in there and it doesn't sit up on the top? Yeah, and I don't actually have an application for it at this time. Um, and gently wipe it off the bricks. Yeah, you just don't want anything. Seems like maybe even a dry sponge running it over the top. Maybe a sponge would soak up too much. It might be maybe not that one. Maybe that wouldn't work. But man, I love S scale. I just don't get a chance to do it too often. But I've enjoyed it when I did. That Uncle Digger's cabin I did with the interior, I had a lot of fun with. So let's see what kind of instructions we got. So David, now are you talking about actual? You talking about actually doing the lines? With a fine tip brush freehand? In N scale? You see how little these bricks are? There's no way I could stay on track. I mean, I don't have the focus for anything like that. Oh, let it flow off the brush. Gotcha. So kind of let it run. But the piece is flat. Yeah, I ain't gonna mess with these. But I keep looking at it wanting to try these. But I ain't gonna do that. Although I guess I could, but... Now these, there's some bigger bricks. Some cinder block ones on the bottom. And I can get a wash in those, I think. I could handle this size. Chicago Crossing. Hey, Mom and Son, good to see you. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. Clicking buttons. Wrong ones. Spray paint the walls first to give it some tooth. Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's not going to hold much initially, is it, Dave? Wait, we got Dave? Did we get 4 Daves? Or are we still at 3? No, I guess we're still at 3. Okay. The cab crew at 8. That's 55 minutes from now. Um, whose channel is that on tonight? We'll see if we can't get a link to that in here. If you have a link, too slippery. Gotcha. So Dave, if you were doing a model like that and you liked this color, would you just put a real fine duplicate color right over the top with the airbrush or something, or the spray? Just let it, just enough to like mist it and let it lay on there, and then you would go in and do the mortar? Huh. Yeah, I want to use an Arduino one day to automate my layout. I'd like to do that one day. Welcome, thanks for joining us. Remember Civil War history? We use 3D printers a good bit around here for the model railroad as well. I'm happening to, this is a lifelike kit, and I am doing this for a customer who bought one of my 3D printed kits, or a couple of my 3D printed kits, and he was wanting a police station, which I don't currently offer, and so he asked me if I would do this lifelike one for him, and I told him I would. He's making a Christmas tree layout for next year already. He got one of my ski lodges. He got one of my train stations, or train depots, just a mini train depot to serve ski lodge. And he's got me doing a hotel and a police station and something else, but we're not sure what that is yet. So I guess what I need to do is determine, would y'all weather, now if this was you, would you weather this on the sprues, or would you weather it once it was assembled? Now the good news is, it doesn't have any windows per se. So weathering after the model goes, weathering after it's been put together is not going to really be a problem. That's really what creates problems for me doing the weathering after the model's put together, is if I've got the windows in there, whether it's the canopy glue or whether it's the window filament or whatever, you can't get anything on the windows. After assembled. Now, so Dave, let me ask you, when you do have like windows or window filaments, paint, assemble, weather. Alright? And so, I don't disagree. What are y'all's thoughts on with my models, when I use the canopy glue or I use the window filament for the windows, um, what do you suggest then? Because then I've got to really be careful that I don't have anything run or run off into the windows. And I guess that, I use a lot of washes and I don't have to do that. Um, no. Um, I I could possibly put the window filaments in last in some of the models, but there's other models that have multiple levels that the roofs go on, or like the decks go on, and you can't really get to them down there like that. Um, it's not in every case, but some of the cases it is. Now, like the majority of my models, I guess if I went ahead and I like to do them because a lot of times they're the walls are really thin between certain areas. I mean, I might not have a whole lot of space, um, and so when I do them when they're laying flat, it's really easy to do. So I kind of like to do them that way. Um, but it does create um, for a dirty appearance. Gotcha. And I mean, I guess it really shouldn't happen much. It really shouldn't happen often, and it should be isolated issues. But and I really shouldn't have like a black wash running down in the windows anyway. But I kind of get messy and sometimes, and that's really what's kept. That's the only reason I ask. That's what's kept me from doing it in the past when it was already put together, is the windows. But I don't have to worry about that in this situation at all because it doesn't have any, and I'm not adding them because they give me problems already. So, gotcha. And the thing, and yeah, Dave, and with what you're saying about that is it probably wouldn't be super dirty or anything either. It would probably be pretty taken care of. And so I'm not going to weather the heck out of it, but I am going to weather it. He did want it to not look new, of course. And yeah, that's true too. That's true too, other Dave. So what are they saying? Oh, for additional realism, cut a clear plastic sheet to fit window openings before assembling the walls to base. Cement clear plastic behind the window openings. So they're telling me that if I wanted to add extra realism, I could put window panels back here. I probably will. I got this disease where I'm liking to do things I'm liking things to look good lately. I'm not sure what's going on. So, I think that we'll be looking at getting back on yeah, if it can be accessed in this, which I assume it could. On mine they can. This is what you calling this glazing? Oh, they gave me this. They did send this. It's thicker than the stuff I use. I guess you're right. I sure can. So I guess what I'll be able to do is since I am going to weather it once it's assembled, I can go ahead and pull the pieces off the sprue and that kind of thing and start looking at the instructions and getting myself set up. But first what I got to do is go ahead and get the warehouse done. I got to get the ski lodge sent off. I got to get the warehouse done and sent off. And then I'm going to be back in here and doing this. And so, that's exactly what I use. Remember in Civil War history? Exactly what I use. I'll show you. Now, I'll tell you what I started doing recently, though. This is what I use. This is what they just sent, Lifelike sent. So mine's frosted, theirs is not. And then these are drying right now, but I used canopy glue on these, and so I've been trying that out some. I kind of go back and forth depending upon the application. If it's an HO scale model or a anything bigger than HO scale, obviously, I'm going to use the window filaments. And if it's in scale, it's iffy. It depends upon the model. And then Z scale and down, I've been using the canopy glue lately. And they've been producing a decent result. I used the canopy glue on the N scale restaurant, the Italian restaurant, the other day. But Friday, I could be streaming Friday. AJ's with me this weekend, but she has a birthday party after our soccer game, so I could stream some Saturday afternoon before she gets back. Just really depends on what's going on with that. If she goes, if the party happens, and if she goes, and what time she's going to get back, and all that. So I might see y'all on Friday afternoon, and I've got a dentist appointment going to be coming up soon. Maybe Friday. Paint the window frames and then glaze whatever method you want. Canopy glue is great for gluing windows, dries clear. Yeah, Dave, but I've been using the canopy glue to make the windows. Are you talking about you're talking about for gluing the window panels or the window filament to the thing? Or are you talking about to make the windows? See, I've been actually making the windows with the canopy glue on the smaller scales. Now you're S, so I wouldn't use it. And if I were doing an S scale model, I would use the canopy glue to hold the window filament in place. Yes, because it dries clear. But on Z and T and some N scale, I'm using the canopy glue to actually make the windows. I just lay them flat and put them on parchment paper, and getting ready to do a video on that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm getting ready to make a video on that. It's probably this weekend, I think. I'm gonna start it. I've been getting the right walls together to do it because I want to give some different examples. And so anyway, I was saying that I'll either see y'all Friday afternoon if I don't have a dentist appointment. Because if I go to the dentist Friday and they cut that tooth out, I'm not going to be streaming, I'm sure. But if they hold off till after the weekend, I'll probably either see y'all on Friday or Saturday. But I'm going to go ahead and cut off tonight because I am dealing with a toothache and I am kind of hurting. And I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat because my mouth hurts, and so I'm kind of getting grouchy. But I want to thank y'all very much for all showing up and being here with me tonight while I didn't feel good and all that stuff and didn't really accomplish anything or do much or anything. But it was good to see y'all. I really do appreciate it. And because it was Wednesday evening, I am going to try to stream at least for an hour every Wednesday evening. Unless I just am too sick to, but I just don't feel good and my tooth was hurting, so I said I'm still going to do it tonight, and because I don't want to miss unless I really need to. There'll be times when I have to, though. But thank you, and I don't know if the dentist is going to happen. I know it's not going to happen tomorrow because it's too infected right now. But Friday it could happen. Monday or Tuesday it could happen. But I should be back. I should see y'all this weekend at some point somewhere, and maybe we'll be streaming. And otherwise, I'll see y'all next Wednesday. So please come back out if you would. I'm not sure what I'll be doing then because there's a long time between now and then for me to finish work and generate new work or mess up old work or whatever. So, but I do want to thank y'all for coming. It is important to me for me to hang out with y'all and decompress sometimes after work, and I enjoy doing this. So thank y'all for joining me. I will see y'all again soon. Appreciate